one of the twins, boy.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's another sit down video, which means we're talking about the books I read in January. I think I read 18 books if I remember, which is a lot for me, but since I'm working kind of crazy hours with work, I have to be listening to something. And I don't really like to watch movies or TV because I feel like I have to pay attention if they're like new. So I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks. So starting off, the first book I read in January, I read Caraval, which everyone was like raving about on TikTok. It's a like competition situation, and I don't exactly understand like the whole plot. Like, I don't know, it just had no like character development or like world building. So like, okay, for instance, if you've read ACOTAR, Iron Flame, Born in Blood and Ash, what else? Crescent City, all of them have like world building aspects in the book because they need you to understand the realm they're in, to understand the fantasy side of it, because like ACOTAR, if you don't understand like the seasons slash all of these like places that these people live and how it's like different kind of country situations all in this one realm, or like Blood and Ash when there's two different things, and yeah, like they're just especially with fantasy books and like Fourth Wing, like you have to understand this war college and like where they are and how the wards work for you to understand kind of what is going on. And like for me to get into a book when it's a fantasy book and I get no description or understanding on how these worlds work or how they're laid out or anything about these made up places, I am so lost the entire book. And that was Caraval. They like kind of describe what's going on, but like I for real still have zero idea how any of it worked, and like the character development is horrible. I gave it 2.5 stars. I did not enjoy it. And then I read Wildfire, which is the second book of Icebreaker, and I was like, I didn't hate Icebreaker. I thought it was like a cute little romance. It got to the point. So I was like, And I really did like Russ, I think, in the first book. But I gave it 3 stars. I don't love that version of like hockey romance because I just feel like it's really predictable and nothing like crazy happens. But yeah. And then I finished Iron Flame. I have so many words. Like, first off, Violet was hella annoying. Hella annoying. Number 2, the ending. I just don't even know what to do with that. The dragon situation now. I have so many theories on what's going on. So yeah. Also, everybody's like, I don't think Xaden's endgame for Violet. I'm like, okay, first off, Violet needs to grow up. because right now she's a little complainer and she's annoying the actual frick out of me. But also, who is her end game if it's not Xaden? Because I swear to God, if it's Dane, I'm literally jumping off a cliff. Like, the cliff, me backflipping off of it. Like, no. So, yeah, I'm distraught about it. It's fine. I don't know, I gave it 5 stars. I did really enjoy it. It was really hard for me to get through at some point. Like, it took me so much longer to get through than Fourth Wing. I don't know what she's gonna do in this 3rd book because so much is set up for her to go so many different ways. I'm scared. Then I read Legendary, which was the 2nd book of Caraval because it was, again, an audiobook I could read. 2 stars, man. 2 stars. It was still horrible. Then had to finish the series out, you know? We just had to finish it out real quick. So then I read the finale. It was also horrible. Then I read Maybe Not, which is like the half book in between the first 2 books of the Maybe series, which you get like an inside look on Warren and Bridget. Was kind of cool. It also sucked though, so I get 1 star. Then I read Cody Rigsby's like memoir. Is that what you want to call it? I don't know. It was pretty good. I gave it 4 stars. He just like talks about his life and like things he learned and whatever. Then I read The Wives. The Wives by Taryn Fisher. Never heard of her in my life. So basically it's about this man's who has multiple wives and they don't know, okay, they know about each other, but they don't know each other. Like, they're literally named by the days that he sees them. The book is mainly about this one girl who, her name is Thursday, but I was shook the entire time. I still don't really understand exactly what was going on here, if I'm gonna be honest. But it was good. I recommend. I didn't know what the heck was going on. I don't know, it was good. Oh my God, why do I keep yawning? Then I read The Fine Print, which I didn't realize that it was about Dreamland, which is basically like Disney World. Again, I never read the back of books and then I get surprised. It was decent. I get 4 stars. Rowan's kind of a man's, but whatever. Then I read The Good Sister. That book was Wax City. It's about this girl who she's a little out there, but her sister, I think they're twins, like basically like uses her social awkwardness / social non-cues to use for her advantage and like tries to steal her kid. It's whack. Then I read Love, Pamela, which is like Pamela Anderson's memoir. I was like, oh my God, I love her hair, I'm gonna read it. I feel like it was very surface level. Like, I feel like she didn't really deep dive into anything. So I gave it 2 stars. Then I read Under One Roof by Ali Hazelwood. I've just come to the conclusion that I don't really like her books, because I read this book and it was not very good and I gave it 1 star. So then I read, okay, so it's been on like my TBR to read the Harry Potter books because I've watched the movies and I'm like, I want to know how different the books are than the movies. So I read the first one. I gave it 4 stars. It was pretty similar to the movie so far. So yeah, then I read The Couple Next Door, which I thought that I was gonna like be obsessed with this book Give it 3 stars. It wasn't like horrible. It wasn't that good. I was kind of shook on what the heck was going on. It's basically like a missing persons book, and then you find out like later that so many people that were related to her are part of it, which is insane. Then I read Shoe Dog, which is like the memoir of how they created Nike. And I don't know if it's partly because we had to do like, in one of my classes, one of the groups like did a presentation on it, but I felt like I had already read the book and I was like, this is so boring. You have 2 stars. Technically, I started that book on the last day of January and finished it in February, but I'm gonna count it. But yeah, that was all I read in January. A book that I think that you should read is Fourth Wing / Iron Flame. And if you want like a murder mystery, do The Wives. And if you haven't read Harry Potter and you like the Harry Potter movies, I say you should read the books. I think they're pretty good. But yeah, that is really all I got. But I will add these to my Amazon and put a link of all the books I read so that y'all have easy access to it. Comment down below books that you think I should read. Comment down below if you've read any of these books. I'd love to hash things out in the comments. And comment down below what you want to see next. But yeah, with that being said, bye y'all.